Hey there, it's James with Carps Bees, and we have run out of frames, so it's time to build some. So it's either buy or build. So I order these kits from Man Lake. They're pretty inexpensive, and I use a frame jig to build them. So I was just going to show you real quick how I do that. So besides the jig itself, some things you'll need are some nails. I've heard different opinions on what type of nails to use. These are my favorite. These are stainless steel kind of brads. They're more like a paneling nail. And if you get them, 1 1/4 inch, I think that's probably best. You could probably go as low as an inch. So I hear some clanking in there, but that's not the nails I need. I've actually run out of these. I only have one left. So I'll just show you what they look like. That's what they look like. And you can get them in some different colors. I get mine from Menards here in Kansas. And then another version, this is kind of what the 1 inch looks like. So you can see that there, maybe. But again, what I like about these paneling nails is they're kind of ribbed. So, you know, you can make a decision on whether or not you want to glue all the tops of your frames together before you nail. Probably a better practice to glue. But I found with these, you don't really need to. So, but again, that's just 2-3 years of experience here. Maybe they all fall apart on me, in the next year or something. But again, that's what I'd recommend using. So other than, a hammer, the jig, the nails, and then the frame or foundations, if you want to put those in, that's really all you need here. So I've got all the tops on. I'm going to go ahead and nail all these in, and then we'll flip the jig over and we'll do the bottoms. I'll show you what that looks like pretty quick. So I thought I'd just turn on the video camera and show you what I do to make frames using this frame jig. So you can see what I have here. Basically, you have an outer kind of frame here, and then the jig in the center here that holds the legs or the sides of the frames in place. So if you load these, I'll move this over. What you see here is you can actually load a whole series of legs all at once. And you get the idea. Slam that into place, and then you can do the other side as well. Slide them in. All right, so we've set several of these kind of sidebars in place, and now we can go ahead and take our top bar and just start pressing those in place. Just line them up. So I went ahead and loaded all the sidebars for the frames, and I remembered incorrectly. It's actually, this holds 14 frames, So here you can see the frame jig makes easy work of these 14 frames. I did a quick calculation and it actually cuts the time down to 1/3 of what it used to take to make individual frames one at a time. So once we get the 14 top bars on these, we go ahead and put the nails in, and then we just flip it over and do the bottom bars. So real quick, I'll just show you what the frame jig kind of looks like. Basically, you have an outside box that you build that's, just wide enough, just a little wider than the actual width of the frames from post to post or edge to edge. And then you have this inside, basically, jig here that just, let me see if I can get down there, that just kind of is meant to hold these edges, the side of the frame, in place while you go ahead and do your nailing and stuff. So that's what that does. So again, it's real easy to use here. It just makes quick work of these frames. If you're doing them one at a time, it can be quite time consuming. So I do 14 at a time. It's a lot faster. So I guess the only thing that would probably make this go a lot faster is if I had a nail gun. So maybe that's in the future. So now that you flipped it over, you can actually pull the jig out, and you don't, because you don't need it to hold these sidebars in place anymore, because they're going to be pretty stable since they have the top bar of the frame in. So you can just pull this jig out. If you, depending on how you design your jig, you could leave it in and then just slide it out, slide it out when you're done. But again, probably really unnecessary, because once you put, these bottom bars in, you can kind of use your fingers to hold them together, make sure you have a nice tight fit. So up to you what you want to do, but that's I'll just end up pulling this out, and then I'll go ahead and place all these bottom bars in, and then as I go and nail them, I'll just make sure they're snug and tight. A little tap of it. All right, a little rinse and repeat here. So I got these edges all nice and snug on here, all the way around, and now we'll just get some nails on this. Okay, top and bottom bars in. 14 of these ready to go. Now we just need to insert the foundations. So let's flip this over, and then I'll show you how we punch in the foundations. Let's create a little workspace. So pretty easy. Just what I do is I fit it into the top bar. Just take my thumb and push towards the center here. Once it's in the groove, you get to snap into the bottom part. And make sure it's free, kind of moving freely in here. And that is done. And then we just set it aside. Actually, I have a frame hanger in the garage. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But for now, I'll just set these aside. So what's that crazy thing up there? Well, sorry for the lamp being in the way, but this is where I store all the frames that I build during winter. So, and basically it's just an easy way to come in here and hang up your frames. So basically this is just a real easy way to come in here and just hang up some frames, and you can see, just get them nice and stacked. So I actually need to use these, so I'm not going to hang up anymore. We're going to take them out to the apiary and get them into boxes. So and I actually have to build a bunch more too. So, but just wanted to show kind of the process, how I store them, how they get built, all that good stuff. So there you have it. Thanks.